Wow, there's been a lot going on this week, and so I want to run through a few things very quickly. And I've got a special guest as well that's going to talk to us this morning. But the first thing I want to tell you about is the entomologists that are at our school. Do you know what an entomologist is? An entomologist studies insects. And on Friday, Indiana and Penelope came up to me with this little beauty. It's a centipede. It was about this long, it's very big and dried out perfectly, but it's a wonderful specimen of this very, very unusual insect, the centipede. So there's all sorts of things around the school that perhaps we don't expect to be there. And thank you, Indiana and Penelope, our entomologists, for bringing that to show me on Friday. Now, this is some squashed fruit. Someone outside one of the rooms, I won't say which one, has been enjoying plums. But we have bins around the school to pick up compost, fruit, bananas, peels, orange peels, apple cores, that sort of thing. They go to the garden. And there's new bins around the school. All the white ones that were on the ground have been taken away and replaced with these black ones that hang on the wall. And we'll talk more about those another time, but just so you're familiar with where they are, there's one outside rooms 19 and 20 near the door to the bathroom. There's one up near the sink, but outside rooms 5 to 8. There's one on the door of room 17 and another one that's been there for a while outside room 15. And then down outside rooms 1 to 4, there's one on the wall outside room 3 and one at the other end. You can see it up there outside the room of room 2. And it's possible I'll put up a couple more over the next few days, but these are to put our compost in. The old white ones could get kicked over. The wind blew them around a bit. The lids came loose, and I even found a poo gecko one morning spilling all the compost out over the ground. So these are a lot more secure and tidier and cleaner, and that's where your compost goes, and then it gets taken around to the garden. Now, there's been some work, speaking of gardens, going on over by the bee area this week, and I've had a word to Alison, who's been doing that work for us. Today I'm down near the bee area because there's been some activity down here. I've got with me Alison, who
Hi.
has come in, and she's been working down here getting it ready for gardening and planting. So this morning, Alison, what have you been doing?
Well, this morning I've been preparing the garden beds, all these troughs, and so I've put some garden mix in, some gypsum to make it a lot more easier to dig into, and I've put some nice compost so to make it more nutrient friendly for the planting.
All right, and what sort of plants are you going to put in there?
Well, I want to put some plants that the bees like, because as you know, we have some honeybees over here, so we want to give them some food for the next following year over the season. So I'd like to put in some lavender, which bees love, purple and blue flowers, and we're just going to put some, it's called a rudbeckia, which is a common name, the black-eyed Susan.
Rudbeckia.
Rudbeckia.
Oh, you've got to say that all together, don't you, that one?
Yes, it's got like a nice big pollen area in the middle that the bees love getting into the pollen and the nectar.
Oh, good.
And as long as there's single petals, because if you do double petals, the bees can't get into it.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
And it's the same with, would you know, that a long tubular flower,
Yes.
if it's too long, the bees can't get into it. So we have to make sure that we get flowers that are bee friendly for the bees.
So those long ones, are they the ones like a tui would get into
that's
and
right.
pollinate like that?
Yes, that's,
That's
exactly
interesting.
right.
Very interesting. So we can actually, behind us, we can see the hives right over there, very close to the hives. So that's very handy for the bees, isn't it?
It is, and they'll be loving these gardens. So I'll plant some bulbs as well, so they come up in the spring, so the bees will have some flowers in springtime.
Oh, excellent.
Now, Alison, tell me something. I believe you used to go to this school, didn't you?
I did.
Quite a long time ago.
Oh my goodness,
I
a
won't ask how
very
long.
long time ago.
So, what's changed? Like, was the hall here when you went to the school?
No, the hall wasn't
Wow.
here, and even the pool wasn't here.
Oh,
I
is
was
that right?
actually at the school when the pool opened for the first time.
Goodness.
And the only classrooms were the ones at the very back up by the Cowrie.
Wow.
They were the only ones that were here.
Up by the Cowrie.
The very back of the school, there's the original
right.
4 classrooms up
Oh,
the back
yes,
there.
yes. So, yes, like I think it's room 18 now is the original block. Oh, that's interesting. Have you always lived in this area?
I have. I've lived here all my life. I love Titirangi, and it's a beautiful place and it's a great school.
All right. Oh, well, thanks, Alison. I'll let you get on with your work.
Great.
It's looking great. It'll look even better when there's some plants in it, but even the soil looks very good.
Yes.
And we're going to move on later to doing some mulching and some planting in other places, aren't
Yes, that's right.
we? All right. Look forward to seeing you around.
Okay.
See
Thank
ya.
you. Bye-bye.
And so that's what's been going down by the bee garden. Thank you, Alison. And Alison talked about the pool. Last Monday, our swim team won the inter-school swim championships by 1 point, I believe. Very close, but it means it was a very good contest. And there's the trophy they brought back for us. So well done to the swimming team. Congratulations.